Hey everybody, welcome back to Northern Appalachian Prospecting. I'm your host, Prospector Wayne Thornton. Today we're going to be talking about the crunch. This is a jaw crusher for crushing up ore. This particular ore came from the Pacific Northwest. This came from Mount Baker Mining and Metals. Jason over there got a great channel, especially if you're interested in hard rock mining. I also have some of my own ore that came from the Taconic Mountains on a particular schist called the West Castleton Schist. That is gold bearing, and we have found it in it. So this is one piece of equipment that we're going to be using. But first, before we go any further, I want to talk about a subject that Scott over at 802 Outdoors touched on, and that's trespassing. People really need to learn the laws before you just go wherever you want in this state. One of the things that I found about the trespassing laws, like I said, if you want to go over to Scott's channel, he'll talk about how walking up the river and all that, they still own the land underneath it. It's totally 100% correct. But there is a regulation on how to properly post your property. And that's not nailing stickers to a tree. It's not nailing them to a telephone pole. You have to go to your town clerk, and each town is their own little hamlet when it comes to the bylaws on how you legally post your property. Most of them just want your money and don't care. The state would like all four corners posted of your property. And then every 50, I think it's either yards or feet or something. I think it's yards. You're supposed to have one facing off your property. Now this isn't hiding them, this isn't putting them way up in the trees, this is actually putting a piece of wood with the poster sticker to it knocked into the ground. That's how you legally post your property. Okay, second of all, everything that Scott said about trespassing and walking up through the river, now when it says no hunting, no fishing, no trapping, that means you're not going to walk up that river and go hunting, fishing, or trapping. You're done, you got to stay off the property. So that is 100% correct, everything that he said. There are a couple of things that people have to do to legalize their property, because that's one of the things that we're finding in Vermont, that people are just putting stuff up on a tree, and that's not legally posted. So basically, people will trespass, and it's been proven. Very few cases have been lost by the landowners. The ones that have been won by the people that were trespassing was because they didn't have it legally posted. So that's a ditty for everybody. So anyways, we got some exciting stuff coming up here on the channel. Don't forget our meet. It's April 12th and 13th. 12th at Camp Plymouth, the 13th at the Crooked Bridge in Plymouth. If you can't make it, just get a hold of me. Everybody knows me in the gold mining society, or whatever you want to call us. It's a group. So I've been going through all of my lights, trying to get some of this stuff going. I also, like I said, we're going to start grinding, but boy, it's got to warm up a little more than this. So this morning, I actually ran this just for some fun, and it crushes it up into these little bit-sized bits, which I'll try to get in here. All right, perfect. Now inside of here, it's almost impossible to see because I had to use a magnifying glass, because this is the stuff you're going to be playing with when you play in the ore. There is a little tiny piece of gold in there. It's right there. When I grab the camera to bring you down to see all the mechanics, how this works, I'll try to show you it. It's a very minute piece of gold, but it's so cool to see. And it's actually riding with a lot of sulfides. Like I said, I'll put the camera down here so you can see it. So that was pretty cool to find it. So it's basically a little jaw crusher. It's really made rugged. Excellent job on how everything can be adjusted as well, so you can open the jaw a little bit more. Not too much, because it is a mini. It's not one of the big ones like Jason runs. I mean, holy crap. He's dumping 5-gallon pails in here. You know, we're busting up stuff like this in the chunks just to get it in there, to get it down to powder. And then from there, I have another piece of equipment that I'm going to show everybody, which is the pulverizer. Now, I want to tell everybody, my daughter actually spoils me really bad. She bought me this and the pulverizer for birthday and Father's gift. She's just great. She's awesome. Thank you, Casey. And my other two boys are great too. So, anyways, so let's move along. So, how this works, I'm going to grab the camera so I can bring you over. And I'll show you a little bit of Vermont cheddar. Now, this particular gold, I don't know if I can, like I said, I'll get the camera up to it, but I didn't want to confuse it with this one. This little bit of gold that was in here, probably can't see, there we go, maybe. All right, that's found from various brooks that I have labeled when I bring down my black sand. I have them all labeled, what little brooks I went to here, there, and everywhere. And at the end of the year, because I don't really mess around with standing there looking at it and sucking it up. If I see one piece, I put it in a concentration bucket and it's ready to be done this winter. When I'm there, I want to produce. I don't want to sit there for hours and play with it. So anyways, these are from 3 different various little brooks that new geology, new brooks, new area, and wow, it really produced some ultra-fine gold. And these brooks are all on the same flank. It's on the western flank of the greens, which I thought was amazing. But it is associated with the Cheshire quartz. So anybody that knows geology knows what I'm talking about. So I'm going to grab the camera. Hold on one second. Okay, we're going to come over. I'm going to give you the logo, the crunch. Okay. Now what I have is this in it, and this is a 1/2 inch, just a plain old 1/2 inch Craftsman ratchet. But what I do have is I set this up in a vise. Okay, so it's held down so it doesn't move. And then I picked up at a yard sale a cheap 1/2 inch impact gun made by Makita. I tie that right into the clamp on there, and it sits perfectly right there. So all I do is just push it, turn it on, and because of it having that little impact to it, it does a superior job. Now down in there is a jaw. I left some goodies in there so you can see it. I'm going to move it around, all right, so you can see how this all works. It's just an eccentric. See how the jaws are moving? Hear the crunch? Whoop! There was a rock right there. See that? Okay. This is what this is doing. It's basically pinching the rock down at an angle like this. Okay. And then it busts it up into this. Now, I'm going to try to get there so you can see that little piece of gold. I got to re-find it myself, actually. So hold on one second. Ah, I see it. Okay, so it's so tiny, guys. I do not know if you're going to be able to see it, but I'll try to get in as much as I can. I'm going slow here. Maybe you can see it. Darn. Oh, no, there it is. There it is. It's right. Let me try to get my pointer. Right there. Now that's really cool. But as you can see, look at what's in the bowl. Black sand, crushed up. And this is perfect size, guys, for sending through your pulverizer. Because basically what's going to happen in the pulverizer is it just turns it into a powder. So this is why I've been playing with this thing, to get this fine gold to be caught in these mats. Okay, I've learned a lot about it. I like it. I'm going to give it a really good review, probably more like an A. I wish the tray was a little bit longer, and I hope that he starts making them a little bit longer. And maybe he could put a scrubber mat in up top first and then drop this down. That'd be cool. Like I said, I have my other mats. I can change them in and out. But for what I'm going to be playing with what you just saw, how tiny that gold is, I think this is going to be a perfect application. And I also bought a a power reducer for 110. So I can really turn that pump down, especially when I start playing with the fine stuff. So yeah, let me get over here so you can see what I found in 4 different brooks on the same face. All right, I don't think that's too bad. I didn't spend a lot of time there. I'm just one of these guys that have my stuff in the truck now and again, and I have to go out on a service call or whatever, and I just stop by a stream, play around a while. look at some of the ledges in geology. Kind of fun. Okay, so that's not bad for the whole year. I mean, that's not my whole gold take. I mean, I'll be working on that real soon. There's some more Vermont cheddar. And like I said, guys, these come out of various streams. I'm not going to sit here and say it came from this stream, that stream, and whatever stream. It came from all over Vermont. There's gold everywhere. Some places it's highly concentrated. Some places it sucks. Do your geology. Get a hold of us at the club. Now, remember, we have a Facebook page, Northern Appalachia Prospectors. Now, don't be getting on there and wanting to know about a mini excavator. I have everything here on this channel about the mini excavator. That is a prospecting channel, and it's heavily, I don't know if you want to call it guarded or whatever. Everybody takes an eye. Everybody that's admin on there, it takes it serious. So there's going to be no funny business on there. Going to be working on some t-shirts. That's going to be coming up soon. I'm going to do a logo, see what people think about it. They should be available the 12th, 13th. Help support the cause. It's going to cost about $225 to get an outing. We can probably do it in the fall if we go to Camp Plymouth. It's $100 security, $100 to rent it, but it's only for the afternoon. It's not going to be for a weekend or whatever. Maybe we can squeeze one of them in depending on how many members we get. So yeah, that's kind of what we've been up to. Another fun thing that we're going to be doing is I have some pretty cool stories that I've been working on for a while. And I have actually a lot of people that have spoken with me about it, about our little creature called Bigfoot. I had an experience with it, and then come to find out after starting to get to know quite a few prospectors throughout the state, in certain areas, they had an experience. So we're going to pass this winter away a little bit with the next couple of videos are going to be named the Vermont Bigfoot story. I am not a Bigfoot hunter. Don't even think that. I am a gold miner. I've been playing in the woods all my life. I've had some weird shit happen, but nothing like this. So, and then here's the kicker. This will be what shows what I will show. And the next video will actually be a print. There is people that search all their life for a print. They search for this thing. It's just unreal, the story that I'm going to tell you guys about. And then I have certain little stories I'm going to pop in there about different people. I have a couple other people that I got to finish getting permission from. I'm not going to say your name. If you want me to, I'll just say, John James or John T or something like that. I'll be more than happy to do that. But I got to get 3 more little stories to get them down. And then this will be like a 1, maybe 3-part series. So it's just kind of fun to pass the winter away. And yeah, the picture of the print is really cool. The story that I have, you guys are gonna really, really understand that there is other things out there than what we think or told. I hope everybody's enjoying the channel. Like, share, subscribe. It helps build our channel. That's what we're trying to do. Like all the guys say, all this filming and whatever, it takes a lot of time to do. But it is also fun. So I guess I'm going to talk about the Dream Mat. I gave that a good review. A little bit here in Vermont. A little bit of cheddar here. Now I've got 4 paint cans this big full of concentrates that I've taken out of various rivers this summer. I actually keyed on the big rivers. And this is going to be what I end with actually today. I kind of forgot about this. I was up at a very famous bridge that we all know, doing some prospecting, having some fun with a couple other guys. And I walked over to the beach itself, and I saw this hole that had been, oh God, I was standing in it, so it was up to my belly. So we'll say 3.5 feet, okay? All right. On top of that was a boulder bigger than I could ever move or pick up, God forbid. And guess what I saw? My stomach cringed so bad when I saw a little girl crouched down in there hiding. Do you guys realize what would happen if that rock just happened to fall, just roll, kapoof, and get on that little girl? Whoever was digging last would be responsible for it. It didn't matter if you got caught or not, you would still on your conscience say, oh my God, was that my hole? Now this is a word that they call reclamation. I don't know if you guys know what that means, but we have a fucking dictionary and start using it. What I saw at that beach has been there for years. People have prospected it. I don't care who goes there. I really don't care. I didn't get all the gold. All my people around me has not gotten the gold, so there's plenty for everybody. Have fun, get off your ass, and get out there and do it. But this is my Wednesday rant, is reclamation. When you make a big giant hole like that, you look around and you take a minute and clean it up and clean up your mess. And take out your fucking trash, because we're sick and tired of all of us cleaning up your trash and getting the water people pissed because we got to clean it up. So there's my Wednesday rant. Thank you very much, everybody. Northern Appalachian Prospectors, out.